Imagine biting into a juicy kernel of sweet corn, fresh from your own backyard. There's nothing quite like it. The sweetness, the crunch, the burst of flavor. It's an experience that store-bought corn simply can't match. This isn't just about the unparalleled taste of homegrown corn. It's about the joy of nurturing a seed into a stalk and then into a cob of golden kernels. It's the satisfaction of knowing that you've grown it yourself, tended to it, cared for it. The sense of achievement when you finally harvest your produce is second to none. You're not just growing corn, you're growing a sense of accomplishment, and that's a feeling one can't simply buy at a store. Now, are you ready to bring this sweet delight from your garden to your table? Stick around as we guide you through the process. First things first, planting. Sweet corn is a warm weather crop, making it perfect for those sunny spots in your garden. To start, we need to prepare the soil. Sweet corn thrives in well-drained, nutrient-rich soil with a pH between 6 and 7. You can correct your soil's pH using limestone or sulfur, depending on whether it's too acidic or alkaline. Adding compost or a balanced fertilizer can also provide your corn plants with the nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. Now let's talk about sowing the seeds. Proper spacing is crucial for sweet corn. Each seed should be planted about 1 foot apart in rows that are 2 to 3 feet apart. This spacing allows each plant to have enough room to grow while also promoting better pollination. When it comes to depth, plant your seeds about 1 to 2 inches deep. This depth ensures the seeds are protected but can still easily break through the surface as they germinate. Timing is everything in gardening, and planting sweet corn is no exception. Depending on your climate, the optimal time to plant sweet corn is when the soil temperature consistently stays above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's typically in late spring or early summer for most regions. If you're in a cooler climate, you might want to start your seeds indoors or use a black plastic mulch to warm up the soil. With your seeds in the ground, you've taken the first step towards a bountiful harvest. But there's more to growing sweet corn than just planting. Now, let's talk about pollination. It's crucial for the development of those plump, sweet kernels we all love. Picture this. Each silk of your corn plant is a lifeline to a potential kernel. It's a tube waiting to catch a grain of pollen from the tassels waving at the top of the plant. Once a grain lands on a silk, it slides down to fertilize the ovule, and voila, a kernel is born. This is why pollination is so vital. Without it, your corn cobs would be as bare as a winter tree. But don't worry, Mother Nature has equipped corn with an efficient pollination system. You see, the corn plant is both male and female. The tassels at the top are the male part, producing pollen, and the silks on the ears are the female part, catching the pollen to fertilize the kernels. But how can we help this process along? By planting in blocks rather than rows. This is because corn is wind-pollinated. If you plant in blocks, you increase the chances of pollen falling on the silks. Think of it as creating a neighborhood for your corn plants, where pollen can easily visit each silk. Another technique to boost pollination is shaking the tassels during peak pollination time. It's like throwing a pollen party, ensuring that every silk gets a chance to meet a grain of pollen. With successful pollination, you're well on your way to harvesting your own sweet corn. If you are finding this video informative and helpful, don't forget to show your support by giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the notification bell. Your participation is invaluable and greatly appreciated, as it helps support the channel and allows us to continue creating content that empowers you on your health journey. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for products that promote a healthy life. Let's continue with the video. And finally, the moment you've been waiting for, harvesting. The best time to harvest sweet corn is when it's at its peak of sweetness. This is typically about 3 weeks after the silks first appear. One sign to look out for is the silks turning brown and dry at the ends. Now, how do you know if the corn is ripe enough? Simply peel back the husk a little and pinch a kernel. If it releases a milky fluid, it's ready for harvest. Remember, the sugar in corn begins to convert to starch as soon as it's picked, so it's best to consume right after harvesting for that unbeatable sweet flavor. To harvest, hold the stalk with one hand and the ear with the other, then twist and pull downward. There you have it. From planting to pollination to harvesting, you're now ready to enjoy your own homegrown sweet corn. Growing your own sweet corn might seem like a challenge, but the payoff is worth it. We've walked through the key steps: planting, ensuring proper pollination, and finally, the joy of harvesting. Now it's your turn to experience the delight of plump, sweet kernels straight from your backyard. Remember, success lies in attention to detail. The right planting time, effective watering, and careful pollination. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the links in the description for more gardening tips and tricks. Happy growing!